Get off my seeds!
Hold up. Wait a minute. Something ain't right.
Just when you thought Peppa Pig couldn't get any funnier, the animators deliver. We've compiled a brand new list of animation mistakes that are guaranteed to make you laugh. Like in the episode Daddy Pig's Office, Peppa and George visit Daddy Pig's office. As they arrive at the office, we can see Daddy Pig's table. Now notice its position, because something magical is about to happen. When Daddy Pig gets to his table, its location has changed completely. Earlier, the table was positioned in the middle of the room, but now it's located beside the wall with a whiteboard behind it. In the episode Polly's Boat Trip, Grandpa takes Peppa and George, along with Polly Parrot on a sailing trip. So, Grandpa Pig pushes the lever and starts his boat. But wait, there's a mistake here. Look at the lever here, and let's rewind a bit. As we can see here, moments ago, there was no lever on this boat, but now, all of a sudden, there's one.
Yes, Granny Pig!
In the episode Granny Pig's Chickens, Peppa and George go to their grandparents' house. And when they arrive at the house, Granny Pig shows Peppa and George their room.
Ooh, bouncy bed!
Yes. Now.
Did you notice something weird? Peppa and George drop their suitcase on the floor and start jumping on the bed. Notice that both suitcases are on the floor, but the mistake is, seconds later, the suitcases magically disappear. Now for this next mistake, we'll play the clip for you. See if you can spot the mistake.
Ooh.
These seeds will grow into beautiful flowers.
Did you spot it? When Grandpa Pig is yapping about the seeds, notice where the watering can is positioned, and then the scene zooms onto the seeds and back to its original position. But look at the watering can. Its position has shifted a bit between the frames. And that's not all. There are even funnier mistakes in this episode. Look at Grandpa Pig defying the laws of gravity. The way in which he is holding the box, all the seeds should be spilled at once. But here, only one seed is being spilled at a time. And earlier, the box was filled with seeds. But as soon as the first seed was spilled, the box became half empty. And a few seconds later, the box is full of seeds once more. Is this some sort of infinite seed glitch? And the final mistake in this episode is really weird. When Grandpa Pig is chasing away the birds, his arm overlaps Peppa's face. Peppa's face has now got an arm growing out of it. The episode Nature Trail is a trail of mistakes. We'll play two scenes for you. See if you can spot the mistake. Just focus on Daddy Pig, because the mistake has got to do with him.
Daddy, what will we see in the countryside?
Is the start of the nature trail.
We're here.
Hooray!
Did you find it? In the first scene, Daddy Pig wasn't wearing any backpack, but in the second scene, he's sitting with a backpack, which by the way has no straps. It's simply stuck to his back, and the straps only appear when he jumps to the ground from the car. Now we're used to seeing them jump out of the car, but jumping from back of the car to front. Now this is some next level stuff. And also, the door conveniently closes by itself. And the most intriguing thing about all this is, why do they open the door if they're going to jump out of the car anyway? In the episode Power Cut, Peppa and George are dancing in their living room. You see that lamp? The other episodes didn't have that lamp. Again, for the sake of the plot, they added an item. This could also include the fact that they added a button to the TV in this episode, just so that Peppa could press it later. And a few seconds later, the scene switches to Mummy Pig working. And this room didn't have that lamp in it either. They just added that lamp for this scene only.
Computer has switched off.
Ooh, what's electricity?
Electricity?
Did you notice something? Daddy Pig's vacuum cleaner disappeared. In the previous episodes, this was just a storage room. But in this episode, they made it a basement. Now this next one is a continuity mistake. In the episode Lost Keys, Peppa and her family go on a trip to a mountain scenic spot. But on the way down, Daddy Pig loses the car keys down the drain. And to get the keys out from the drain, they decide to buy a fishing rod so that they can hook the keys out. So Miss Rabbit sells them a fishing rod, and Daddy Pig throws the fishing line in the drain. Unfortunately, the fishing line isn't long enough to reach the keys. Now, pay attention, because here comes the mistake. Miss Rabbit decides to throw a stone down the drain to check its depth.
5, 6.
That is deep.
And as you can hear, when the stone reaches down the drain, it makes a splash sound, meaning there's water on the bottom. Later in the episode, Mr. Bull arrives on the scene with a crane, and he uses the crane to get the keys. Did you spot the mistake? Look at the bottom of the drain. There's no trace of water in there. But earlier, when Miss Rabbit threw a stone, we heard a splash sound. Unlike its name, the episode The Perfect Day isn't perfect at all because we spotted several animation mistakes in it. Here, Peppa and her family go to the mall so that Mummy Pig can have a perfect day experience. And right when the pig family enters Miss Rabbit's spa, we can see Mr. Bull is also in the spa getting a massage. Moments later, Peppa, George, and Daddy Pig exit the spa to explore the mall. And while they are doing so, they walk by a china shop. And in the china shop, we can see Mr. Bull. But just a moment ago, he was at the spa, getting a massage. Did he just teleport? And that's not all. While exploring the mall, Peppa meets Susie, and they decide to take some funny pictures in the photo booth. If we look carefully, we can notice paintings on both sides of the photo booth, but the mistake is, when they exit the photo booth, the paintings are not there anymore. But earlier, we clearly saw 2 paintings on either side of the booth. But wait, there's one more mistake left in this episode. After having a perfect day, the pig family exits the mall. And if we look at the entrance of the mall, we can notice there are 3 symbols placed on either side of the door. But the issue is, earlier when the pig family was entering the mall, on the left side, there were 4 symbols, not just 3. In the episode, The Dentist, when Dr. Elephant is talking to Peppa, if we look behind him, there's nothing, just a plain wall. But in the next shot, the scene zooms in a bit, and all of a sudden, a sink appears. Also, a few scenes later, we can see that behind George are Mummy and Daddy Pig. But when the camera gets closer, they disappear. And in their place, a machine that contains water appears. Also, look closely at the position of this painting. As we can see, it is near the chair. However, by the end of the episode, the painting has moved further away from the chair. Rewinding a bit, in the scene where Mr. Elephant is about to inspect George's teeth, we can notice there's a little bit of mouthwash in the glass. But when George sits on the chair, the glass is completely empty. But seconds later, the mouthwash reappears inside the glass. Now, let's look at a really funny mistake. In the episode, The Ambulance, when Dr. Bear is giving safety instructions and tells everyone to watch where they step, he trips over a ball and rolls down the hill, falling into prickly plants. When this funny scene happens, we can notice that the ambulance back door is completely closed. But right after, we see Dr. Bear landing beside an apple tree with apples falling on his head. We see the kids and Madame Gazelle, but note that now the back door of the ambulance is open, but it wasn't before. Who opened that door since everyone was watching Dr. Bear fall down the hill? Immediately after, we see Madame Gazelle and the children getting into the ambulance to help Dr. Bear, who is completely injured. As we can see, Madame Gazelle enters through the driver's door, and the rest of the kids enter through the back doors. We see that at the back doors are Peppa Pig and Molly Mole on either side. The mistake is, when the ambulance arrives at the scene, we notice that Peppa is still there, but on the other side, and where Peppa was before now, stands Rebecca Rabbit, and Molly is nowhere to be seen. So, these were some of the errors we found in Peppa Pig. And as always, we'll see you all in the next video.